guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I usually make my ramen. No, that sounds super boring. Jaden said it sounded boring, but oh well, we're going to do it anyway. Be careful with knives, kids. You have to have parental consent or something to use a knife. You probably don't have to but like, be safe with your knives. Ask a parent before using a knife. I happen to know that my parents would be okay with me using a knife, so. Also be careful using a stove. I should have added these disclaimers at the beginning. Talitha, please do that for me, thank you. So I usually do a soft-boiled egg with it if I can. You can do hard-boiled or forget the egg altogether if you want to. But I already have the water boiling and I put the egg in before it starts boiling because that way it's not gonna crack. You can set it in. So I got that going. So I am going to get out another pot and I use chicken stock chicken stock for cooking the ramen because it tastes better than just water. And I don't do a ton, like I don't want it soupy. So, maybe a little more than this. So, just however much you want. The package of the ramen, I feel like says you need more liquid than you actually do. So, yeah, so I've got both of these on high heat. So, they will start boiling as fast as possible. Now, I use packaged ramen, but the flavor packet is like super unhealthy and really not that good, so, you know, we're going to go ahead and open this up and we're going to throw that away. So, let's get this going as soon as this is boiling. And the soft-boiled egg, for a good soft-boiled egg, you cook it for 6 minutes, and then you put it in an ice bath. So, everything's just getting up to heat right now, so see you in just a minute. Okay, so my water for the egg is boiling, so I'm going to set my timer for 6 minutes. You can't see that at all, but it says it's a timer for 6 minutes. I realize that this is going to go for longer than the noodles, so I shut these off for now. When this is done cooking and it's in the ice bath, then I will turn that back on because it boils pretty fast. So, yeah, right now I'm just waiting for the egg to boil. When it's done with those 6 minutes, you want to get a bowl full of ice and put a little water in it, you know, just to fill that out or whatever. You put the egg in there gently because it could still crack, which isn't a huge deal once it's cooked, but you know, it's better if it's not cracked. So then I leave it in there for about 5 minutes, but we'll see where we're at. When this is done cooking, like I said, I'm going to turn this back on. So, that's your little update for just now. This is so boring waiting on the egg to boil. Got about a minute left. I already got my ice water bath thing, yeah. So, again, my burners, I promise, are red, but they look like blue-white on camera. I don't know why. If anybody knows why, please tell me, because I'm confused. Why is it like this? Alright, so I don't have a lot of time left for this, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start this boiling again. So if you didn't see, I have the other ingredients for the sauce kind of out. This is a really quick recipe, so I don't want to like make the sauce separate. It's really not a big deal if it's not cooked separate, but you can cook it separate if you want. I might not have mentioned earlier, but you are fully welcome to add whatever you want to this. You can do some sort of meat, you know. When I do meat, I usually do shrimp just because that's what we have. But I've got 5 seconds left on this, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the heat off. So, yeah, now we've got our egg boiled. Do not touch it with your bare hand like I almost did. I don't know why, but Yeah. So 6 minutes is for like a medium soft-boiled egg, not like super soft-boiled, but it's not super hard-boiled either. Obviously, longer for more hard-boiled, less for more soft-boiled. I don't suggest doing less than that for your first time, just because sometimes if you don't do it just right, the white, I've never heard it do that before. Okay, just if you don't do it for long enough or whatever, the white part of the egg doesn't always get cooked all the way. And I feel like that's kind of gross when that part's not cooked all the way. Maybe that's just me, but I'm going to dump this hot water before I accidentally spill it on my foot. Alright, so I've got this in here. I'm actually going to move this over to this burner because it's already really hot. Yeah, so we've got the eggs soaking and the broth is boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and add the noodles. Cook them for 2 minutes. The packaging says 3, but 3 makes them really soggy. We don't like soggy noodles, we like good noodles. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so I'm gonna, the noodles are not completely covered. They are about half covered, so the top half is not wet. So I'm gonna try and flip it over because, you know, it's like a raft. There we go. Alright, so it's gonna cook for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna break it up sometime in the middle when it's more soft and stuff. And when it's done, I think we'll go ahead and mix up the sauce and stuff, and then I'll deal with the egg the rest of the way. So this, like I said, is a pretty quick recipe. I haven't shown a ton of it on camera because a lot of it's just waiting for things to boil. So watch one of my other videos while you're waiting for things to boil. It makes it less boring. I didn't do that. I should have. But we're down to a minute on the noodles. So I'm just kind of breaking it up, like I said a minute ago now, so that they get cooked a little bit better. But they get cooked pretty well pretty quickly, so like it's not that hard to just let them cook. Like, they'll probably be fine if you just drop them in there and just let them cook for the 2 minutes. But if you like yours more soupy, obviously put more liquid in there. I think I use probably about a half cup. Hang on, what does it say on the package? On the package it says 2 cups. That's way too much. Maybe 3/4 of a cup is what I use. But obviously most of the things that I cook on here are very customizable dishes, so I'm telling you the way I do it and the basics. You know, just take the basics and do what you want. Alright, so our noodles are done. I turned the heat off on both the burners, so make sure you do that. You don't want to burn your house down. Also, I feel like there's not enough liquid left. I do like there to be some liquid left, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. So that because all this stuff I'm adding to it will kind of soak it up a little bit, so it's not going to be soupy or anything. So I'm going to add a little bit more liquid and cook it just long enough that the liquid is warm, not cold, because it came out of the fridge. So I'll be back in just a second. Alright, so I added just you know how the stock kind of like glugs do like 3. I hope that makes sense. Didn't even turn the burner on. It's still hot, so I'm just kind of warming that up now. Alright, it should be fine now. And if it's cold when I go to eat it, I'll just microwave it. It's fine. Alright, so I'm going to add some soy sauce. Obviously, this is all to taste, so I'm just going to kind of, yeah. I don't measure like anything when I'm cooking unless I'm trying a recipe that I've never done before. So I'm sorry I have no measurements for you. Just kind of time it the way I do it, or just, you know, guess. It might not be good the first couple times while you're trying to figure out how long to do stuff for, but, and then some honey. And trust me, you want the honey, okay? It might sound gross to some people. It's not. Alright. So we got some honey and some soy sauce in here. Now I'm going to add some garlic and onion powder because we love garlic. Add as much garlic powder as you want. Don't go crazy because that'll probably just be really powdery then. But we love some garlic here, so as much as you want, but beware it is powder. It might get gross if you put too much of it in. If you want it more garlicky than this, a garlic paste would probably work pretty well. I have a ginger paste that I'm going to put some in. Obviously, this is optional if you don't like ginger. I don't particularly like ginger myself, but I like it in this. And just kind of however much will come out, which is sometimes a lot, sometimes not a lot. So if you put it in and it doesn't seem like enough, add more. You can always add more. So I always say, go less rather than more, because you can always add more. Alright, so we got the ginger paste, the garlic and onion powder, soy sauce, honey. We're going to add some pepper. Not a ton, but enough that you can see it. And just a teeny bit of salt, because soy sauce is salty. You don't need a ton, just kind of, that's probably more than enough. But it's fine. If you taste it and it's too salty, put more honey in. Or something. You're welcome to put butter in this if you want it like a creamier type sauce. I might put like a pat of butter in here. Alright, so now I'm going to add some teriyaki sauce, which is basically just soy sauce and honey, but the store-bought stuff probably has other stuff in it that makes it taste better, so just like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 big globs. There's 3, we'll start with that. Yeah, this is all definitely to taste. I like it kind of a rich flavor, but not too overpowering or anything. And obviously, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do it the exact same way I do it. You can take the ingredients I use and do something that tastes nothing like mine. So, just do what you want. You can add some green onion or cilantro or stuff like that to it for some color. I don't happen to have anything like that right now, so oh well. You can add whatever you want, really. Be creative. Have fun. Alright, so I think this is about ready. I'm going to set it on the still hot burner just so it stays warm. Hopefully it doesn't cook much more. So I'm going to get 2 paper towels and fold them over so it's 2 layers. And I'm going to peel my egg now. This is probably a super boring part, but I'm going to film it anyway. If Talitha decides it's too uninteresting, she can cut it. We all live for your editing, so I'm just gonna take a knife and I'm gonna cut it a long way. Here, I'll angle this down so you can see. So I'm just gonna cut it like this. Oh yeah, look at that. It's not a completely solid cook, but it's a nice gummy texture, which is exactly what I like. I'm gonna get rid of this ice bowl now. I could have stopped the video for that. Alright, I don't know if the sauce is exactly the way I like it yet, so I'm gonna put it in and I'll taste it, and when I taste it, I'll let you know if it's right or not. So I'm just gonna plop all this in. Yep, and scrape out all that sauce and little bitty bits of noodles. You'll want that. At least I want that, So, there we go. Some noodles stuck at the top. What's that about? Alright, so now I'm just gonna place the egg in. And come over here where you can see a little better. I like to put it next to itself, but you can do whatever you want. I mean, you could add some vegetables or meat or something and make it look like Cookie Monster or something. It kind of looks like Cookie Monster without a mouth right now. I don't know why. But have fun with it. This is a fun meal, guys. Not a boring meal. It's a fun meal. Alright, and now that I've got that like that, I want a little salt and pepper on my egg. Not too much, but just a little bit. So, hopefully the sauce is the way I like it. If you taste it and you don't like something about it, you think it needs more of something, add it. If you think it's too salty, like I said earlier, add a little honey to kind of mellow it out a little bit. If you think it's too sweet, add more soy sauce or salt. We don't like. If you don't know anything about cooking, a lot of it is just trial and error, and you know, if you try this one time and you really like it, and you try it the next time and you don't really like it, you probably just did something a little different. Just like guess. Cooking is guessing. And fun. You get to do fun stuff. I am going to clean up real quick and then I will taste this for you, and I will tell you if I need to add anything to it after I put everything up, because that's how I do things. Probably not super efficient. If I were you, I would taste it first, but I'm not going to because I want the mess cleaned up first. So, see you in just a minute. Alright, so here is our finished product. I'm going to taste this and I will tell you if I did something wrong. So, just get a little noodles. The noodles should be covered in the sauce completely. The sauce is pretty good about sticking to the noodles. So, yeah, and then I'm going to get a little bit of egg. There's no good way to get just a little bit of egg with a fork, so I'm just going to kind of pick it up, get a bite of the egg, and then drop the rest of the egg in the bowl while I eat the noodles. So, if you don't like watching people eat, then skip forward like 10 seconds or something, so. I'm sure that was so gross, but it's fine. It was good. I think it's maybe a little saltier than I usually eat it, so I'm probably going to add a little more honey in a minute. Or teriyaki sauce, because the teriyaki sauce isn't super salty, but it still adds the flavor I want. So, you know, whatever you're feeling, do it. But I think this is about right. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was probably a little boring. Yeah, I just couldn't think of anything else to do. I know a lot of you are my friends who are going to say, I gave you good ideas. Not ideas I could do on the spot very well. I would either have to do a lot of research, or have money to buy things, or have skills that I do not have. I'm sorry I didn't do your request this time, maybe another time. If you have any other ideas, please leave them in the comments, or text me if you know me, I don't care, whatever. I hope you enjoyed, even though, like I already said, this was probably pretty boring. But I'll see you all next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, because I need those followers, I need that clout. Thank you. Go watch some more videos. I could always use the views. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!